Welcome to Levels to a Podcast. I'm here again with Tristan Jung. It's not Jung, everybody. Y'all are so fucking stupid for calling him fucking Jung. So stupid. It's Jung.
Oops.
Oh shit. What is that name again? You said is it German or French or?
On the border, it's both. It's weird.
It's both.
Not worth explaining.
No
We'll call
cap.
it German.
No cap. Obviously, me and Tristan were working a little bit yesterday, but also we were watching a bunch of scary movies. I was exposing him to real fear.
For the first time in my life.
That wasn't an STD.
Shit. That happens. Yeah.
Let me ask you: Have you ever had a pregnancy scare?
Not
You don't mind me
Not a real one, but on April Fool's a few years ago, I had a physics final, and one of my exes decided it was a good time to pregnancy prank me.
Nice.
And I broke up with her 3 hours later. And that's the only time I've had it.
Yeah, dude. No,
Yeah.
fuck that.
She thought she was being funny.
That's not funny, bro. That's a
It's
life.
not funny. I had like a fucking heart attack in school, bro.
You just can't focus at that point.
Yeah.
Nah.
I got a picture of a positive test,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I've been looking for a reason, and you just gave me it.
Been looking for a reason, anyways.
It'd be funny if she was watching this.
Did she tell you immediately after, or was it like a?
She gave me 40 minutes. So I went and took my final. I got that text before it. Took it. It was actually a presentation too, so that was nice. Yeah,
Yeah. Fuck that.
it went all right.
No, bro.
That was quite a day.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm bitchless, so I wouldn't know what that feels like. But you know, shit happens. I think the scariest shit, besides me getting jumped, I'm not sure, bro. I guess I could ask you what is, because I told you my shit is witches. Like, I don't fuck with witches, bro. Like, well, from what you told me, there's good witches and there's bad witches if they're what is it? If they're messed with, right? If they can be bad, right?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
What is your fear like of a?
Shit?
You know what I mean? Like the moon.
Damn.
That's my shit.
I don't know. I think clowns, but not clowns, because I'm fine with some. The Joker used to freak me out.
Which one?
The cartoon. I used to have reoccurring
The animated
nightmares,
series?
like every night for years of the fucking animated.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck that. That was actually creepy. That cartoon, the whole animated series of Batman was so dope.
Yeah.
Was that that wasn't the only villain? It wasn't Joker. It was mostly Joker episodes.
Yeah, there was like the Croc. There was fucking the guy who was an actual bat.
Oh, Man Bat.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh wait. Are you talking about Batman Beyond or the animated series?
Oh,
Because there's
it's
one
by the
called
same thing, right?
Huh?
It's by the same thing. Isn't it Batman Beyond where Batman is actually old? He's
No.
older.
Yeah, there's the older Batman, and then there's like the slim dude, and it's futuristic and shit.
He has a red Batman symbol.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Batman Beyond. I watched the Batman animated series. The original.
Yeah, that's what I watched too.
So Man Bat was in the Beyond?
No, he was in the original.
Oh, fuck.
I think.
I don't even remember.
And then there was, I don't remember. There's
No.
Poison Ivy. I remember that.
Poison Ivy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Poison and Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Catwoman.
Yeah.
What else was there? Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, Bane.
We already back on Batman, bro. It's like
Yeah, I
5
know.
minutes in.
That shit is still in my head, bro. I was looking
Yeah.
up this morning, cause I woke up at like 9. Before I was looking up the fucking engineering shit, I was looking up the more of the Batman, like if I missed any Easter eggs, but
Mhm.
I didn't find anything. So I'm just like, just chilling on that shit. But that was a good movie, bro. I liked it. I loved
That
it a
was a
lot.
good movie. Maybe my favorite one.
Mm-hmm. But so you were telling me, I was getting into engineering some shit, bro. Because every time we talk about, like people like in the industry or just like, you know, you're telling me some shit about Mike Dean. It's called Storage. There's a lot. There's a lot more shit you know than me. So as far as everything we've already talked about today, what is like what is some like is there anything that's been happening like just recently besides that whole Palace shit?
I mean, the Barack 808 Mafia thing. I'm sure there is, but in terms of what I'm aware of, not really. I haven't been keeping up with it as much recently.
Okay, explain to everybody what happened with the Palace and the
Yeah,
South Side
so
and shit.
long story short, and obviously I'm not involved in it, so I'm not going to speak on it like I'm involved in it. But
Yeah.
from what I saw from the producer grind Palace interview, is basically that the COO of 808 Mafia, whose name is Barack, basically was just fucking up the communication between Southside and Palace, like not letting them speak to each other directly. Putting words in each other's mouths, like basically saying to Palace that Southside was dissing him and vice versa. And then also not being honest about the business and taking way larger cuts than he was supposed to before he gave it to Palace. Shit like that.
Yeah.
And now he got exposed for that shit and he's like AWOL. Like deactivated all his social media. People are looking for him. There's like, you know, they're trying to take him to court. He disappeared.
Like to this day, like he's
Yeah, like right now he's
there's no
completely
trace.
gone. Like as of like a week or two ago when I saw that interview, maybe 3 weeks, he was like fucking MIA. Like nobody knows who he is.
So is that like a okay? So of course it was like a crime, but is he gone? Like nobody can find him because of like
You know, there's not like a fucking manhunt. You know what I mean?
it's not like a FBI type thing. It's just knowing that the people
it's
that
just some like, you know, it's just there are so many, I'm sure, like cases of suing in the U.S. every day.
yeah.
That, no, they can't do much about it in terms of finding him. He'll have to pop up at some point.
That's
He'll run
crazy.
out of money.
Yeah. That
He's probably spending it before they can sue him.
yeah, he's
Or
probably
hiding
already
it
done
or some
Mhm.
shit. I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know anything about the situation beyond.
You just
What they said in
regurgitating
the
what you heard.
interview. Yeah.
That's so crazy. That it makes you think though, like just like blowing up and shit, and then who can you really trust that doesn't fold over like money or like clout even, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough. Because I feel like if you have a team, it has to be people that you basically knew before you got any clout or money.
Which is very interesting because the people that we look up today, they were at the stage we're at where they collab with people that are at their level and now they're leading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and it makes me think too. I think the only show, or I guess you could say show, that stayed consistent throughout the generations is like Nardwuar. It's like
Yeah.
you can be a kid in the '90s and be like, I want to be on Nardwuar, and then blow up in the 2000s and still be on the show. Every
Yeah,
other show,
That's true.
it's always like gone.
Rotating, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's always like there's always new innovators
Mhm.
starting at ground level like us,
Yeah.
and then once they become the leading forefront, it's like, so it's almost like the people we look up to now. We're like, man, I want to be on that show,
Yeah,
but it won't even be
the
there.
bars that we want to hit are just different. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You know, and it's kind of weird. It's like, and even the music, and I think about that with the music a lot. Like, you're like, man, like I heard Kendrick Lamar when he was a baby or whatever. Like his parents told him something like he played some artist, I forgot, and then the mom was like, nah, like turn that off, and then the dad was like, nah, Kendrick needs to listen to this real music, and it was like some old shit.
Yeah.
And then like Kendrick growing up, he listened to that music, and then now he's like
Jazz influence and shit.
you know what I
like
mean?
that,
So
yeah.
it's like the people we look up to today, like Kendrick or like Eminem or like, you know, just all those OGs, like the OGs in our generation. It's
Yeah.
like somebody's gonna pop out and make music, and that's what I'm heavily influenced by. I don't listen to like the newer music now, and as far as like mixing and engineering, I pay attention, but I try to mix as much as what I grew up on, into the limelight. Like just make it my own, and that's what Kendrick did with the people he listened to, and that's I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the artists that he listened to, that's what he did with the generation he grew up off. So it's like shit like that, and I think it's dope as fuck, and I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to do some shit, especially with like the boom bap shit and
Yeah.
everything. But
I look to the newer stuff for like inspiration for new sounds.
Exactly.
But in terms of like higher art form type shit, yeah, like Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna change over time, you know.
Yeah, I feel like the newer shit, it's like there's like really no message. Like sometimes, like some of the newer music, it's like it's almost like
I think
we
there's
got to
no
make a hit.
deliberate message. I think like
Yeah.
what's popular, like the fact that like Yeet, Playboy Cardi, and all that kind of stuff is popular right now,
Yeah.
even though it like it's not a deep message, but
Mhm.
it's like it's almost a message in itself that's popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It tells you where we're at.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like
How
Yeah, I
how do
mean,
you yeah
it's just like, you know, we're in like a epidemic drug wise in this country. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I say that, but
It's very like here what I believe, and it's kind of weird. That's what Kanye's doing right now, and he did this on Donda, the first Donda. Um, when I think of albums, I think of you just spending a long time on it, just making every track perfect as much as or the message, like you said, and like we said on last podcast, it's about when to release the message
yeah.
rather than what the message actually is. It's just when that message is the
Yeah.
most relevant. As far as albums, how do you feel about albums being released in a week?
Like made and released in a week.
Made and released in a week.
I feel like, you know, there's no good and bad at that point because it's like, then it becomes more emotional. Like if you look at Juice
Mhm.
recording like an album in a night, realistically, if he could freestyle a song in 5 minutes, he could
Yeah.
do an album in a night, no problem.
It's
And it's like
different.
the same thing with Yeet. It's like
Yeah.
they're not like thinking out a message, but they're sending a message even if they don't realize it because the fact that it's all freestyled and off the top means it's like
What's
no
going,
filter.
Got it. That's what's going through their
So
head.
the same way that like I feel like Juice was no filter in his own way. All of like the other new guys who are freestyling are like no filter in their own way too. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's more of an emotional thing.
Okay, how do you feel about albums maybe not being released in a short amount of time, but albums being released from another album that's coming up? Like if
What do you mean?
like for example, the baby.
Mm-hmm.
During the coronavirus shit when I was popping off, like I say popping off like it was some new shit that was like
Popping off.
new shit that was coming up.
Going
No,
crazy.
no, bro. No, but like the baby, he released like an album, and shortly after that, Corona was like being the most talked about. Then he released like that fucking
that orange one.
yeah with the mask. He had the mask shit.
Yeah.
But he was just dropping albums like it was nothing, and it was like I feel like for me, you have to let the culture marinate a little bit until you can really actually give your take on what's going on in society. That's just
Yeah, I feel like it depends what you're trying to do as an artist. Like I
Mhm.
think you're thoughtful, so that's how you approach albums. But
yeah.
you know, like if you listen to Vibes by DaBaby, like
Okay.
it's like a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like people are angry driving around right now and they're listening to that kind of music.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna capitalize on that and make as much money by
Mhm.
putting out as many of those songs as possible. Like I don't think it's a message thing, it's a money thing.
That's a money thing.
Yeah. Cuz like
Um,
DaBaby has shit to say, but he's gonna say something real in like every 20 songs. You know what I mean?
in every 20th song or every
Well,
20 songs.
Like every 20th song type like just
Okay.
like he's not trying to put out a crazy message. He's just trying to put out an energy.
Okay,
That's how I feel about it.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just when I see at least me like just me being an artist, just making music, writing the music and stuff. Like I want every But then again, my way of making music can't be like somebody else's process. Obviously, like as far
Everybody's
as like,
different.
as far as like the timing and when a song is completed. Like sometimes it takes me 30 minutes, like Blue Bonnets did, or sometimes it'll take me like a fucking year. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like when you should release stuff. It's like I don't know. Just for me, it just feels like
I feel like the artists who do it best read the culture. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, exactly.
Like like
Yeah,
Kendrick, like we were talking about Drake.
Top
Even
Dog.
like Travis, like
Yeah, yeah,
Astroworld, Astrofest happened recently. That was fucked. He knows better than to
terrible.
drop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know what you mean. Like reading the room
But like,
and
the
shit.
baby can have like some homophobic allegations and drop an album the next week. You know what I mean?
Over those
Over
allegations.
those allegations,
Yeah,
like it just depends on the person and the leniency of the label that they're under. To
exactly.
be honest,
What do you think? Just from seeing artists and um, just everything you artists you listen to, or just artists that you might not listen to, but you know they're still up. Like, what really kills an artist's career besides like of course getting canceled and shit? But like, what do you think kills?
I think there's like a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing clout over quality music
Yes,
will get you popular for like 2 weeks,
exactly.
and then you disappear. Like Lil Pump, bro,
That's
shaving his
that was actually
eyebrows and
wild.
shit like that. Now,
That was different.
like he looks stupid as shit because he had bad music, and the clout chasing worked for like a year or two,
Yeah.
3, but music is
Yeah.
not appealing to a wide enough audience, and he's just gonna disappear.
Now, was it just his music that he was making, or was it the stunts he was pulling?
It was both. You d-
Mm.
you don't stick around by I think some artists don't think about like self-respectability. Like sure, it's like going to a fucking circus, bro. And Lil Pump is the main attraction. Like yeah, I'll pay like $20 to be entertained for 2 hours, but I'm not going to go back to the circus every day. Cuz the
That is a
circus isn't
crazy
going
way
to
of thinking. It.
teach me shit about life. Like at the end of the day, people need to get through this.
'Cause at the end of the
And
day,
and that's not going to help.
it's not every day you go to the circus, but every Sunday you go to church, and that's why Kanye's still up.
On God.
Literally.
No, seriously though. Like
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just like not oversaturating your music. There was one thing that Rick Ross said too.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rick Ross, holy fuck. Rick Rubin, my bad.
Yeah.
Talking about how like an artist has to train its audience if they want to release different music. Does that make sense? Like if you release 3 albums that sound the same
Mm-hmm.
and then you want to go for a fourth that sounds different, that's why you always get that like, oh, this like artist fell off after the 4th album. It's like, nah, they just tried something different. But the artist trained you to expect one kind of music, and when you threw them a curveball, they weren't ready.
I think a good artist to put in that situation, I guess, would be The Weeknd, right? Because he
Nah.
was making like sort of
Yeah, I mean, yes, but he pulled it off.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
so smooth.
It's kind of hard off the top of my head to come up with an artist like. I mean, I
That
feel
just
like
did a
a lot of
180.
older bands did that a lot, like
Oh really?
rock and shit like that. Because I think they did what was popular, and then what was popular changed, and the people who did the new popular better just outshined the old bands trying to do the new shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's like if you think about a Kanye, like every album is different,
Yeah.
like super different.
Mhm.
Travis too, like from Rodeo to
Yeah.
to all of the next few,
Mhm.
they're completely different vibe wise. Even The Weeknd, it's different enough. It's
Yeah.
not crazy different, but it's different enough.
Yeah.
Like if
I feel like The Weeknd's music just went backwards going forward
yeah, like in time, you mean?
in time.
Yeah, I think a good example actually of like trying to Thug's last album was not well received.
Which one? That was
The pink one, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it,
Yeah.
but he was really singing and he was doing a lot of softer stuff,
Yeah.
and he doesn't do that.
That's
And
true.
and it sounds good, but like Thug fans don't like it. Do you know what I mean? Because
Was Bubbly
Thug-
on that one?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
that's like an outlier.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know.
It was different because he did like he was performing with a rock with Travis Barker and shit, and he
Yeah.
was like doing like softer shit.
Yeah, like okay, that actually reminds me. Trippie Redd is a perfect example of switching it up every album. Like that dude, he did the Love Letter to Yous. Those are all pretty similar.
Yeah.
But then he did like the Neon Shark with Travis Barker.
Neon Shark.
He did Trip at Night.
Yes.
He did fucking Life's a Trip has
Life's
a
a
lot
Trip.
of like boom bappy type OZ shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Like stuff like that. Like he's training his audience to expect something new every time. And even if it's not
Gotcha.
on point.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like Neon Shark, but that shit was really well received.
Yeah, okay, see, that's another thing too. So when I keep comparing myself to these other artists, I'm like, man, it's just I don't like the way overproduction. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
When shit is like overproduced, or even just from the cover art to everything else, it feels like there's no substance.
Yeah,
That substance value. That's what I was trying to say the other day.
Yeah.
Substance. Like, are you getting the songs that you think are cool, and then you know what I'm saying? But I mean, regardless, music is music at the end of the day, and art is art. But it's like that's what I was trying to say. It's like you know what I mean?
When you say overproduced, do you mean like vocally or just in general?
Everything.
Yeah.
Like Pop Smoke's post. How do you say it? Posthumous album.
Yeah.
Forgot what it was called. People were.
He had 2 of them.
Why did he? Why? I thought it was kind of good, but a lot of people were like saying that. A lot of people were hating.
The Faith one sucked.
I can't even remember that.
Yeah.
song.
So there was not Meet the Woot. It was the one with For the Night on it and all that shit. Aim for the Moon, Shoot for the Stars.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was good. I like that.
Yeah.
That didn't get too much hate, but the one after it got a ton of hate because it was so. It was like.
Weren't they switching up beats or something?
Well, what was happening? It was like you'd get 1 bar from Pop Smoke because like they ran out of fucking vault music,
Yeah.
and so then you'd get like there was like a song that was like 3 minutes of Dua Lipa and like 30 seconds of like
Pop.
and those 30 seconds were like 10 seconds repeated 3 times. You know what I mean?
That is so crazy.
So that at that point they're milking it. Like
How
the Juice posthumous albums work because he had so much in the vault.
Yeah. Because they just came out the way he did it.
And it's also like
yeah.
he was a lot closer with his producers. Like I feel like Pop was more of a like studio to studio kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick Mira and like Internet Money. I feel like that preserved the integrity of Juice WRLD's music.
Yeah. 100%.
Because they all knew him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Pop Smoke was popping for long enough to like
get a
have
real
the
connection.
musical loyalty.
Yeah.
To have something true to him.
Yeah.
That released after the fact.
That makes perfect sense. How do you feel about posthumous albums?
Pop Smokes?
Posthumous. How do you say it?
Posthumous.
Posthumous
Yeah.
albums. Yeah.
I think it depends.
Do you
depends
think
on the intent of the people releasing it and depends where the money goes after.
exactly
You know? Like
XXX situation, right?
I think the money went to his family, right?
Yeah, it went straight to his family, but
And it needs okay.
it's weird.
So the case sometimes I feel like with these artists too is like they weren't even on good terms with their family because I feel like what happens sometimes is like they get money and then the people who didn't support their careers in their family even like then want to reap the benefits after
Exactly.
the fact. So it's tough. It's almost like I feel like it's like almost like a will. If they don't write a will, don't do anything with the music after the fact.
Yeah.
But if they have a like, if I pass, do this with my music type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt anybody who passed recently big who had posthumous albums had any sort of like, if I die, do this with my music. To be honest, but it's like if you knew the person well enough, you can kind of have an idea for it.
Exactly. No, yeah,
But if the label's pocketing that shit, I think it's completely fucked up.
It's because at that point, it's just treating his death like a business, or whoever's death it was, like a business.
Yeah, and it kind of taints the legacy too. Like if Pop Smoke, honestly, though, like he would not have picked those beats even on the aim for the Stars, Shoot for the Moon.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Meet the Woo 1 and 2 had a crazy specific sound, and the drill was fire as hell.
Yeah, the drill.
And like, For the Night is like a basic ass trap beat. I love that song, but it's a basic ass trap beat with like guitars and flutes and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's like disrespectful to the legacy. Because I think Pop Smoke's musical legacy would have been better off if they just fucking cut it there. If they left the last album that he dropped, like literally a month or two before he died, they left it at that, it would have been like the integrity of his legacy would have been like a lot more intact.
Yeah. Damn. That's so fucked.
But like with Juice, it works.
Exactly.
It's the same kind of music. It's still fresh in its own way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never good to get vocals and put it on another beat at the same BPM and key and be like, oh yeah, this is what he envisioned. It's like, nah, because the art form itself is whatever the artist feels and sees, and like that drives the whole emotion. If you put that on a different beat or anything you change with the song, it's just not that meaning is not there anymore. I feel like
I'm scared, or not scared, but I feel like some shit like that might happen to Yeet too.
To Yeet, where what do you mean?
Well, just because he's living really fast, and I think some shit might happen, and I think,
yeah,
like those beats and his beat selection and his delivery, like regardless of the lyrical content being zero, like he is musically like a pioneer in a sense.
Yeah,
because he's bringing like
he's doing different shit.
Yeah, like nobody has ever heard beats like that.
Mm-mm.
And like shout out to his producers like Synthetic and stuff like that who are going insane with the sound. But the artist has to pick the beats.
Yeah.
So I really hope nothing happens to him and then his legacy gets fucked up by some like label picked beats. Well, the good thing about him though is he's fully independent.
Yeah. So if y'all didn't know about Yeet, something that Tristan told me. He fucking engineers. He mixes.
Yeah, he mixes, and he's his own mixing and recording engineer, which is crazy.
That is.
So
you would never.
He gets the beats. He does everything up until the master.
That is so.
Which is crazy respect because they sound great.
Yeah, and that shows you like they know a little bit of something. You know what I mean? Because a lot of rappers, I feel like, it's just you. Sometimes you just look at a rapper and you're like, there's just no way he knows what's going on behind the fucking box.
Yeet records 4 songs a day.
See, and that's what makes me feel so fucked up, bro. I'm just like, shit.
Well, yeah, but look at the lyrical content.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a different approach to music.
It is, yeah. See, fuck. Yeah, and sometimes I'm just like, I'll be in the studio, bro. I'm like, I'm just whatever comes to my mind, I'll just do it, but I don't feel good about it at all.
Yeah, so that's your personality where it goes like you gotta only like you kind of have to bubble yourself in for the creative part. Like figure out your creative process, You don't You can look at other people and be like, "Damn, that might be an interesting thing to try." But you can never be like, "Oh, damn, I wish my brain worked like that," because it doesn't.
Exactly.
I've had a lot of shit like that. Like Internet Money making 50 beats a day. For the longest time, I was like killing myself over the fact that I couldn't make 50 beats a day.
But then again, you're in school. You got a lot of shit to do. You have a lot of other responsibilities.
Yeah, and it's just like creatively, everybody works differently because a lot of the times those guys make 50 beats in one day and then they take like the rest of the week off.
Yeah.
But I'm a like 1 to 5 a day steadily every day kind of person.
I'm telling you, man, you need to get a camera, bro. Just record yourself making shit.
No.
Like once you do that, like people will be like, "Oh yeah, Tristan, there's a face to that. There's a human behind those beats." Cause
I need a face on my Instagram, bro.
Oh yeah,
I got my back on everything.
Don't worry, bro. As soon as you do that, it'll separate you from like 80% of all the producers. All the producers that hit me up, they have a logo. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and they have a specific aesthetic to like all their, when they post. I like the way you post. You have a picture, then you swipe, and you hear all the beats that you're previewing on your YouTube or whatever that week.
I don't want my Instagram to just look like a bunch of beats. And it's honestly just like, I'll go out around school. I'll just like, go out, like roll, take some pictures, or like my girl will take pictures of me.
Yeah.
Without me realizing it. And then I post like one of the like 3 pictures I took that week, if it looks cool. It's just like, I don't think too hard about it.
there was a time where I was like talking to Blow, and I was like, "Man, I don't know what to post on Instagram. I want people to like engage with my shit." And it's like at the time when I would post, it would get a lot of traction, and now I'm starting to post like every time, and it's getting like little to no traction, bro.
Yeah, the
Like,
more
what the
consistently you
fuck?
post, the less. Yeah,
That is fucking ridiculous, bro.
and
it's
the algorithm is fucked.
yeah. On Twitter, people be retweeting and liking my shit, but it's like on
Yeah.
Instagram, it's just the
Posting
algorithm.
on YouTube has taught me to not pay attention to stats.
Yeah.
And I actually like at one point I was like really down bad because
Yeah.
I had posted a beat a day for like I'm almost at like 8 months now. I haven't missed a day.
Fuck.
When I was like 6 in, I was like I had one day where I was like, fuck. You know what I mean? And I hit up a producer named Geo Got Bands who has like some songs with E and shit like that. He's crazy.
Yeah.
He has 8 million views on YouTube. So I just asked him, I was like, how the fuck do I get popping on YouTube? Like, legitimately.
Like, get good.
And he was just like, keep posting consistently and the numbers will come. That's it. And I was like, all right, bet. Like, say less. And that's it. Because it's like,
It doesn't do any
I gotta
ads.
listen to someone who's actually doing it. And if that's how he's saying it works, then it works.
Exactly.
And so many people quit because they're not getting the views. And it's like, you can't pay attention to the views. You can only pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I hit 30K yesterday.
Bro, fuck yeah. Exactly. You know.
It's not a lot compared to 7 mil, but
Yeah.
you know.
You'll get there eventually, because at one point he was at that same shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've never, you know what? I've been on TikTok and I haven't seen any producer TikTok. There's always been artists previewing their music. There's
I've seen
always
some
been
producer TikTok. Yeah.
What do they do? I don't.
They
do
break
just-
down beats.
Oh, they break it down.
You know, like even we were literally listening to that Sky song in the car, and it was like Bass One got them. Bass
One
One
got them.
He breaks down. He produced for Yeet too quite a few times and shit like that. He's broken down those beats on TikTok in like 1 minute form.
Huh.
So people do that, and then they give like quick tips and shit like that.
That's
But
what
it's tough because then there's misinformation, like the shelf shit.
Yeah, like
talking.
the whole oversimplified like.
If
shit.
someone tells you that one EQ works for every kind of vocal, they're wrong and don't listen to them, please.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's have a segment. I'm gonna have it right here. Okay. How about this? Shit not to do while engineering. Voila. So.
What a name.
Yes. So yeah, EQing, putting one EQ on a vocal, saying that.
Yeah, one kind of thing. I see like
it works for every
vocal.
vocal.
Something and it's like how to get your female vocals to sound like I don't fucking know. Name a
sitting
crazy,
in a beat.
Name
sitting
a crazy
on the beat.
Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande. You put a 2 dB shelf at 16K. No, you don't. You listen to the vocal, you see what it needs, and then you do it.
Yes. You attenuate, then you add. Sometimes. See, it's never sometimes I know like some engineers, they like Alex Toomey when he put his first Pro Q3 on the chain, he was just, you can do frequency sweeping where you do it like real narrow, then you take out the
That's exactly what I do. Yeah.
That's what I do too. But what he does is it's broadband frequency sweeping. So it's almost like you know how like a multi-brand compressor, there's only 3 bands,
Yeah.
and you just take out.
So he does that, but like
with a Pro Q3
with a wider Q.
Yeah.
Got you.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But then again,
I do that too by accident. Like not even thinking about it, but I do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then again, like they record through analog gear, and the mic already sounds good in the treated room that they have. There's not much they need to take out. But yeah, so there's that EQ. Oh, this EQ works for every vocal. No.
Like there are tendencies though. Like don't get me wrong. Like like say for instance, there are a lot of highs nowadays. A lot of the time in rap, like that's true. Boost your highs is like a solid tip, but like a specific like, you know, for like a 2 dB shelf at whatever. Anything specific like that, you shouldn't listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
Like templates and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And if anything, if you want more out of something, don't add. You can always take out. So like if you want more highs in a vocal, take out the lows and then what is it called? Perception,
Oh yeah, like loudness perception
loudness perception. You'll see that
or
vocal
perceived loudness.
perceived
Yeah.
loudness. Yeah, you'll. So that's a solution for that. What else? A specific preset, a vocal preset for mixing. Well, one, we were talking about this earlier. Mixing is just leveling everything out.
Yeah.
But if you have like a specific preset for now, I do believe in presets for effects.
Mhm.
Like you can definitely get a certain sound with effects, like
Oh,
reverb, a
100%.
delay. You can follow that, but like as far as like mixing, like, oh, you need to use this specific EQ frequency, take this out, boost this up, compressing this much. That you never know. And sometimes you might get hot signals, sometimes you get low signals, and it might sound good. So you have to figure out how to attack those vocals with whatever or beat or anything, bro.
I feel like the main lesson is like learn to use your ears.
Yeah, or train them at least.
Yeah, and it's not about like there's not one specific trick. Like I think people think there's like a secret sauce. There's like
Yeah.
a secret, Krabby Patty formula to get Travis
Yeah,
Scott
the
vocals.
secret sauce is experience.
And it's like, okay, maybe like that person did something specific for Travis Scott vocals, but you're not Travis Scott. Your vocals won't sound.
Yeah. Why would you want to sound?
And
like?
why would you want it? Like
Yeah.
I get why you would want to, but
Yeah, you always want to find your own sound, and the way you find your own sound is through the mixing and how you deliver shit. But that's mic performance, that's mic placement, the room you're in, how whoever your mixing engineer is, how they mix your vocals, what effects you use,
Yeah.
and then leveling at the end. I remember whenever I was mixing my vocals, like during the Never Look Back era, with Kim, I was listening to a lot of Migos at the time, and I liked how their vocals weren't high on the highs, but they were loud. So every song from that point on, I just made my vocals like really loud.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like on songs like Kendrick Lamar, if you listen to his shit, his vocals are like literally drowning in the beat, but you can still hear it. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. There's not one way to mix vocals, and there's not one way to mix beats.
Yeah, and
yeah,
even like stuff like you were just saying, like drowning in the beat, but it still sounds good.
It's
trial and error, like what we were talking about, like with 40 earlier, where he was saying,
yeah,
like every mix is different and treat it like that.
Mhm.
Like be creative.
Yeah, there's no okay, I need to get these vocals to sit on top of this beat for every beat. Sometimes like beats just are so low in dynamics. It's just like you can have it sit on top, or you can have it just be just mono, just straight in the beat. It's all just dependent on taste.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to like realize just that aspect. I knew I liked my vocals to be loud, but at the same time I was like, I can get a whole different sound if I, did some mixing changes as far as volume goes. So as far as when mixing beats, is there a specific like dB you have your snares at, your 808s at? Is there like a target area?
There's a few general rules I follow, but again, beat to beat, it's always different. You know, just based on like my ear. But I always personally have my 808s with the soft clipper just pushing it, just because that's how I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I have the snares hitting around -6 to -9.
Mm-hmm.
I have the hi-hats around -18, -20.
Okay.
Perks around the same area, maybe a little lower, maybe a little higher, depending on what effect I want them to have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much all the drums.
I feel that's
simple. Yeah. And then the melody I really consistently have around -12.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
again, it depends.
Yeah, it completely depends. There's this plugin on Waves, because I saw this Sound Toys plugin. It's called Pan Man.
Yeah.
And I always wanted some shit to where it's like I could just have my vocals pan without me doing an automation clip the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Pan Man, but I was like, does Waves have one? And they do, bro. And it's fucking crazy. It's like a globe, right? And it'll take certain frequencies of a melody, and it'll make it go like this. And
it's like 360 front, back.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Bro, I'm thinking about getting that bit. I mean, $30, bro. Everything on that bitch is $30 anyways. But I was thinking about doing some shit like that for vocals. Because anytime I look up like a specific plugin that's meant for beats. I'm like, okay, well, what does this do on vocals?
Yeah.
And there's no videos on it. I'm like, okay, I can only imagine what this does on vocals.
Yeah, and you
then,
gotta experiment. Like one thing I forget who or where I heard it,
mm-hmm.
but like in terms of trying to find new sounds,
Mm-hmm.
put plugins on the wrong instrument.
Yeah.
And see how it sounds.
Yeah. I'm telling you, bro, there's no
right.
There's no rules. There's no rules to this shit. It's all just being experimental, finding your sound. Because eventually, who would have thought to put fucking... Well, what is one thing that's widely popular that a plugin should not be on? Like
a widely popular like plugin that people use that
when you hear about it, it's like, oh, yeah, I know it should be on there. But at the same time, it's like, it wasn't always supposed to be on that one specific thing. It's just popular. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too.
I was gonna say some like specific compressor, but you can put compressors on drums and vocals because it's only meant for one thing.
I don't think there's really an answer.
Yeah.
Because it's like you could put reverb on an 808 and it sounds good in the right context.
Mm-hmm.
And 90% of people would tell you that's wrong.
Yeah. Have you ever put a delay on the 808?
No, but I'm sure you could.
I know.
It'd be interesting.
I think it would because when you draw out the 808s on FL, you can make it to where it ends like it feels like boom like that. You can make it cut off whenever the piano thing cuts off.
Yeah.
And you could add like a
the hold the envelope.
the envelope. Yep. Damn. See, already think about new shit, and it's just how you use your plugins.
Yeah.
Experiment. That leads me into another question. Is it more important to have good plugins?
No.
Yeah.
Because that was my mistake.
Okay.
I was like, off rip, I thought you get this sound you get this sound, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, I just thought buying all the plugins was how you got to where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
And now it's great because I can do all sorts of creative shit, but I almost have like too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just how you use it. It has nothing to do with the equipment. Like, really.
Yeah.
You can get... There are people who use FL stock so crazy without like anything else. And it's just like the craziest shit ever.
100%. I saw a tweet and it was like
VSTs are the only thing I'd say that's an exception to.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, VSTs.
There are some effect plugins that are worth getting and stuff like that. And it's just all about what you're going for. But at the end of the day, you can pretty much do what you want with pretty base stuff. You'd be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Not a couple years ago, but a few years back, somebody was tweeting, they're like, oh, I found out how to do this Pierre Bourne. I found the preset that Pierre Bourne used on Omnisphere. Here's what it is. And then Pierre Bourne quoted it, and he was like, damn, I wish I had Omnisphere.
Yeah. It sounds like it, probably.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
It was, damn, I wish I had Omnisphere.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's ratioed hard as fuck, too, after that shit.
Actually, I think I know exactly what was it like a choir?
Choir lead? I'm not sure. I can't remember, but like it was like a picture or a video or something. But I just saw the quoted tweet that he put. And he was like, "Man, I wish I had Omnisphere." Like, you know,
he's playing. He can afford Omnisphere.
No, for real. He probably has that shit now.
Shit.
But he was probably breaking down the song that like it's like I found the song that he used at this time before Omnisphere was even a thing. You know what I mean?
Those kind of videos are just clickbait.
Yeah.
Because it's like they don't know that they found the exact preset, but they know they found something that sounds hella close.
Hell yeah. I remember Cameron, he actually taught me how to produce a long time ago when this was just a garage. He would come over and he would teach me how to use FL on the shitty ass fucking rickety dink ass computer that I had, and he was just showing me how to use it. He was showing me he didn't really show me much how to mix vocals, but he showed me a lot on how to mix beats and just make beats, just make simple drum patterns and all this shit. He was like, yeah, bro, look at this. It was a March Madness beat on Future. So I'm like, how did you? He's like, oh yeah, it's just like this third-party plugin. I just found it and I was going through the sounds and I found the shit that they used for it. So I just found the chords and it sounded just like March Madness. And
Yeah, I'm
that was
sure.
like the shit. And I was like, damn, that's
he's
so.
playing with you because there's a deconstructed video that shows you what the preset is for March Madness and how to find it.
Yeah,
So
bro.
he was fucking
Oh
with you.
yeah,
He didn't
nah.
find
He
that
just
shit.
I'm pretty sure like because he was playing it out.
I've done that before. I've been like, yeah, I remade this beat by ear. And I like found a fucking tutorial on how to remake the beat.
It was an arpeggio.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. It's on Electra X.
Electra X. That's
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah.
It's on the YouTube video. I seen it.
God damn. Yeah. When you
Yeah.
showed me that shit, I'm like, bro, no fucking way. He's like, yeah, just. That's all you gotta do. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, that is so fucking
Yeah,
hard.
that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
But
sir.
that was my first experience with making beats, and then that's when I started rapping over my beats. And I think it's good that he didn't teach me how to do vocals because now I have like my own like taste.
Yeah.
Like I think I know how my vocals should be sitting. Now for everybody, there was something I was gonna ask you. It was gonna be oh fuck, what not to do. I guess when mixing, like the most common mistakes when mixing beats.
Everything is too loud. Like, okay, so 808 should always be the loudest thing,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, or the kick.
Yeah.
If the melody, okay, so like everybody needs to think about how the artist would fit on it if they're making beats.
Mm-hmm.
So the most common thing I hear is hi-hat's too loud, snare too loud, melody too loud. Like those are the three.
Yeah.
Especially melody. People overmix the fuck out of their melody.
Mm.
Like I get that you want it to be prominent because when you're making the beat it sounds cool.
Yeah.
And it almost sounds wrong when you turn it as low as it needs to be.
Yeah.
My best advice for that, listen to the songs that you like and pay attention, like really pay attention how loud the melody is.
Like reference.
Yeah.
Like a reference track. Mm.
Because like I'd be listening to some songs, you can barely hear the melody and the drums are like the only shit that you can hear.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the melody's felt not heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Felt not
So-
heard. I didn't never thought about it like that. All right, and we wanted to say thank you for our sponsor from Blue Chew. You know what Blue Chew is, bro?
Fuck no.
It's a Viagra. It's like
Oh,
Viagra
fuck.
gum.
I'm set.
It's just so funny because like I'll be watching a podcast with my mom or dad, and they're like, "Okay, it's sponsored from Blue Chew."
Wait, dead ass.
Yeah, they actually, like Manscaped.
They got their reach.
Yeah, they be hitting up podcasts and shit, and Manscaped too. That's why I know about Manscaped. They'll be like, "Are your balls saggy?" And like it's
Yeah,
just,
and they try I noticed at first the ads were all dudes saying that shit, and then they were like, "Hold up, this doesn't work," and then they just picked like a bunch of hot girls to say the same shit. So they're like, "You guys want your balls to be clean?" I'd like that.
dude.
Type shit. It's fucking weird. Like,
It is weird as fuck.
people are so fucking gullible because I guarantee you, like, there are plenty of people out there who see the first ad and they're like, nah. And then they see the second ad, they're like, I could get that bitch if my balls were clean.
I could get that bitch if my balls were clean.
It's like, nah, probably not.
It's like maybe you should.
You're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
You're figuring out that your balls are clean.
You dirty bitch. You dirty bitch, man.
Oops.
And we're recording this on Suave's birthday. Happy birthday, Suave. Suave's culture, man.
Shout out Suave.
Shout out Suave. Shit, my birthday's coming out in 2 days.
Sucks.
I don't know. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go play paintball, bro.
I know, bro. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, and the amount of friends I have here that are down to play paintball is literally non-existent.
I felt that.
I was gonna take my cousin, and he was gonna bring his friends, but how weird would it be for me to have a fucking birthday with my cousin and all of his little 14-year-old, 13-year-old friends that were in it? It's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, I would
Fucking
love to
wreck
fucking
them in
murk.
paint.
Yeah, I
I
would
was
murk the
gonna
shit
say.
out of them motherfuckers, but it would just be kind of weird because I I did a paintball thing a long time ago, and everybody had to pitch in. I just didn't feel like making everybody pitch in, and and
Not worth
it was so expensive, bro. Like to rent out a private party for like a
That's
day.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because the last time I went to go play paintball, it was cheap for me, but it was a white family that I went to go play paintball with. So I was like, they damn near covered almost all the expenses.
Yeah, shit's expensive. They're like, oh, you didn't bring your own paintball guns? That's gonna be an extra $200 per person. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna just go eat or some shit, or probably
That's usually what I do.
probably get shit faced. Probably fucking get crossfaded or some shit.
Crossfaded.
Just see fucking God. Can't wait to see God.
Yes, sir.
Nah.
Yeah, I did homework on my birthday this year. It was fucking lit. I wanted to kill myself.
Man, it'll pay off, bro. I'm sure. Trust.
It will.
It'll
I'm
pay
not
off.
tripping.
Yeah. What did you didn't do anything for your birthday though?
Dinner with the fam.
Classic.
Yeah.
Just
Made some
classic.
beats. Did
Made some
the whole
beats.
Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wrote a minuet.
Nice. How old are you? 20 or 19?
20 now.
20
Oh,
now.
Damn, I almost said 19. That's weird.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
No, don't feel any type of way, man. I'm about to be 22.
22, yeah, I was gonna say.
I haven't tasted a sip. I haven't tasted a sip of alcohol. I'm tripping. I haven't smoked. I haven't
Respect.
drank
I'm
fully.
yeah.
Just
I don't like drinking, but
I'm gonna wait till I blow up, bro. I'm telling you, bro. As soon as I blow up, we're gonna get fucking shit faced.
be careful about that. It's like those motherfuckers who never drunk or smoked in their life, and then they go to college, and they're out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
That's how it was for a lot of the friends I had in high school that went to college. It was so intense, and these people already drank and smoked, and then they went to college and they were just done. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like living under a bridge, talking to fucking raccoons and shit.
Yeah, I'm not a partier like that. I go to class, make beats, smoke, make more beats, do my homework.
Exactly.
Pretty simple.
Mm-hmm. So, what is like? Because you already told me where you stand as far as like making a career out of this shit, like just being comfortable, just as long as you got a roof over your head, food on the table, you're doing what you love, and
Yeah, I just want to enjoy what I do, and not stress financially.
Mhm.
Not be like, damn, I want a PS5 so bad to run Elden Ring well.
Dude,
Be
yeah.
like, damn, I have to DoorDash for the next few weeks now.
Uh,
I'd like to wake up, see my PayPal transactions, and be like, yeah, I can get whatever I want today.
yeah. It's
Like,
Christmas
not trying
every
to
day.
be wasteful, but
It's
yeah,
Christmas every day, damn near.
exactly.
What is one thing you excuse me, what is one thing you want to like do, like me, just to give my example, I want to like, of course I want to blow up and live comfortably off my music and shit, but I want to throw like music festivals like under Monarchy, and then just throw festivals, just like do that. What is like, besides living comfortably, like what is a goal that you for sure want to do that's like
Make enough money that I can
public?
like. I want to be able to like take 6 months off and go see the world with my girl. To
Mm.
be honest,
Yeah,
at some point.
that sounds badass.
Yeah.
And you will, bro. If
It's
you
like-
ever
it's
if
simple, but yeah.
you if you ever go on tour, do you think you would take?
Oh, 100%.
Do you think she would get sick of it?
Probably. She'd put up with it.
Yeah, I was about to
Naturally.
say like, yeah, she was probably
Yeah, going on
Trooper.
tour would be crazy though. That would be fun.
so dope.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. They say when you go on tour with an artist or a producer or engineer or DJ, you become brothers at that point,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like so stressful, but at the same
Or
time
the opposite.
or the opposite.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I think if I'm telling you, man, like I was really thinking about it, like the people that are in my circle and shit. You,
Monarchy is a good group of like
they're
genuine dudes.
so dope. You know, we had our like rough patches here and there, but we always talked it through. Like, nah, like we'll get over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
As it should be.
I think going on tour with everybody, bro, be just so like so dope.
Shit only
We'll
goes
figure
really
something.
bad when nobody communicates.
But nobody communicates or puts the work.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but communication is a huge fucking key.
Yeah.
And the people I've worked with, sometimes the clients in this motherfucker, bro, it's like when it came to like collabing with them, they just weren't. It's kind of ridiculous. Y'all need to market y'all's fucking music, bro.
I need to market my fucking music, bro.
It's
You know how
you do it. You do it more than these motherfuckers, bro.
That's fair.
It's like sending a link to somebody is not gonna do much. Sending. It's. I think it's the thing
It's
of
almost
like
destructive to send a link to someone. I feel like.
because with the thing,
I fuck with people less when they consistently are pushing their music on me, especially like unless we're close. Like if the only communication I ever get from you is like, oh, yo, go check out this song.
that's all you are to that person.
Exactly.
And yeah, that's exactly.
People are better
exactly
at
what.
seeing what you want from them than you give them credit for. Like, than people give them credit for in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if they can't even put their finger on it, like, in words, they'll get that feeling, like, damn, this motherfucker's just using me.
Yeah,
You know? You get the sense if someone's genuinely looking out for you.
exactly.
Like, if you're trying to build a relationship with someone, check on them on some, like, non-music business.
Yeah,
shit.
business shit. Yeah,
See how they're doing every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
People need that.
Exactly. And you know, not everybody can check on somebody,
That's facts.
but it's your only communication with that person shouldn't be just music or just business or whatever, unless you're on a contract or some shit. But still, even that gets muddy.
Yeah.
I feel like cause like Kim and I guess it's like he'll be working, I'm be grinding and shit. And it's only like sometimes we'll like communicate and be like, hey, bro, you know. And it's crazy because he lives in Houston. You know what I mean? But there's no love lost there. But like me and him, we were like, let's do Never Look Back Part 2. You know, and just like let's just do that. But there's gonna be a time and place to record that.
Yeah. Will happen.
But you know, I think if you really have that relationship with somebody, you don't have to worry much about like really keeping up with them all the time unless you're just like,
No, exactly.
you know what I mean? Because that it's already been built. Well, that basis, that establishment has already been built from ground up. And
the best relationships I have, like friend wise, are like on some weekly, monthly check in type.
Yeah.
Because you know you want something to talk about.
Exactly.
And there's not enough every day. You know what I mean? Like you can have a good ass conversation with somebody that like if you have one conversation with someone in 1 month, you could cover more than you did if you had a conversation with them every day of that month.
Exactly.
Because it's like a top down perspective of the time. Yeah. Exactly.
That's 100%. I remember was it the first time we FaceTimed?
When?
That one morning? Was that the first time?
Yeah, like 7 a.m. one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, after Louis.
All the way until like what, like 1 p.m.
Yeah, it was a while.
It was
4 hours. Probably.
Yeah,
It was like 11 a.m. or some shit.
Yeah, that was a while back too. That was
a while back. That was over the summer. I think.
Yeah, it was.
But it's funny because we've been texting for way longer than that.
Way longer.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time we FaceTimed though, for real.
I think it was.
The view you showed me, you had a window in front of you.
Yeah.
You had a computer and a window in front of you.
Yeah.
What were you looking at? Were you looking at? Was that the? Were you
backyard?
Was your backyard?
Sure.
Oh shit, dude! I thought you were in like a fucking like.
I live on a farmhouse.
Dude. Yeah. That's
300-year-old farmhouse.
Oh fuck. Oh no, yeah, he was telling me some shit about your farm. So you said the Hill House is away 15
Yeah,
minutes?
Hill House is like an hour west.
Yeah.
I think near Amherst. Where you ever heard of UMass Amherst? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
It's one
Amherst,
of
I
the main schools,
remember,
yeah.
but
Near there. Shit's spooky.
so I really don't know what Hill House. You said there was a Netflix shit.
Yeah,
whatever?
there's 2 seasons of it. It's like I don't know what the true story is. I know the Netflix shit is spooky. It's basically just like a fully haunted house. And there's a family that lives in it and it's like same kind of shit, like possession, stuff like that.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But it's like different and it's like honestly it's like a 10-hour movie. Because it's 10 episodes and it's an hour each, but it's like one of those like
oh shit. Honestly,
that's our hour.
fuck. Yep, that's our hour. I have to keep it pretty short. unfortunately, this is the last episode of with Tristan here. I appreciate you coming by, bro. I appreciate you doing the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Happy to.
Yeah, bro. We will have more down the line, especially with Tristan. Hopefully, by the time these release, we'll already be releasing music and shit.
Yes, sir.
So I guess next episode will be with Blow, and I'm gonna make sure to release these actually pretty close to each other, just so we get a sense of time and where everybody's at and everybody in Monarchy and shit like that. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been the Levels to a Podcast. Me with Tristan Jung. Yeah, we out this bitch, man.